Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. If you've watched our 7 best cash advance apps video, you'll remember an app called Dave, which made the cut. But why is this app a favorite for so many people? In today's review, we're going to break down Dave's functionality, its features, its safety, along with its costs and some of those drawbacks that you might want to know about. Ready to find out if Dave is your next financial sidekick? Let's jump in. Sean here with the Modest Wallet, your go-to for simplifying money matters. If you haven't already subscribed, please consider doing that. It's free and it's a huge support for what we're building together. Anyway, let's talk about Dave, which is an app designed to keep your financial life on track, you could say. Known for offering small cash advances of up to $500, Dave also helps users avoid overdraft fees with those notifications and their financial tools. And its standout feature is its extra cash account, which is going to help to integrate pretty seamlessly with your daily banking, making it a pretty solid choice for those that are in need of short-term solutions with their finances. So Dave's extra cash feature lets you get cash advances of up to $500, as we mentioned, but it's not as simple as just clicking a button and instantly getting the money. Here's what you need to know about how it actually works. First, you'll need to download the Dave app. It's pretty self-explanatory. It's free to download, but there is a $1 monthly membership fee to use any of its features. Next, you have to link an existing bank account. You'll also need to open an extra cash account in order to qualify for that advance that we're talking about, along with a Dave spending account, even if you don't plan to use that. More on that in a little bit. Now, once that's set up, Dave will let you know how much you're approved for, but just keep in mind that you might not get the full $500 that we talked about, and you can only take out one advance at a time. Now, here's where it gets pretty interesting. Getting the money isn't always, instant. If you choose standard processing, it can take about 3 days, but if you need the cash as soon as possible, you'll have to pay an express fee, which can range from anywhere between $3 and $25 to get it within an hour. Dave also gives you the option to tip, which is automatically set at 15%. And if you don't want to tip, you'll have to manually adjust it. Honestly, when lenders are starting to ask for tips, the tipping culture has gone a little too far. But once approved, Dave will transfer the funds to either your Dave spending account or an external checking account. Just keep in mind your extra cash account will show a negative balance at first until you repay what you borrowed. Repayment happens automatically on your next payday. If Dave can't determine your payday, they'll set the due date for next Friday. You can also request a 30-day extension if needed, but it definitely has to be approved, so be careful. So while Dave's extra cash feature can help in a pinch, it's important to understand the fees, repayment terms, and how long it actually takes to get your money. Now, you might have heard me talk a little bit about the Dave spending account. The Dave spending account is a no minimum balance checking account with no ATM, late, or overdraft fees. It does include a debit card that offers cashback rewards on some select purchases. You can receive your paycheck up to 2 days early, and you can earn up to 4% interest, but you must maintain a minimum balance to qualify, which can be a little bit challenging if money's a little bit tight. Dave also offers a goals account for savings towards specific purchases like a trip or even maybe a car. However, many banks and credit unions provide high yield savings accounts with some interest rates over 4%, which may be a better option for you. The Dave spending account includes a so-called budgeting feature, but don't expect much from this. All it really does is estimate how much money you'll have left after paying your recurring bills, something other budgeting apps already do and probably do a little bit better. A real budgeting tool should help you plan your money before the month is going to start, but Dave doesn't offer that level of control at this point. So how do you qualify for a Dave extra cash advance? Dave doesn't check your credit, but that doesn't mean everyone qualifies for a cash advance. Even if you're approved, there's no guarantee you're going to get the full $500, as we said. But to be eligible, you'll need a bank account that's been open for at least 60 days. You're going to need a positive balance in that account. You're going to need at least 3 recurring deposits, and you're going to need monthly deposits totaling at least $1,000. Dave reviews your income history and spending habits to decide how much they can lend to you. but the process isn't exactly predictable. Some days you might qualify for more, other days less, especially if your income isn't quite consistent. Now, what happens if you can't quite pay back your Dave cash advance? If you don't have enough in your bank account when Dave tries to collect, they'll take whatever is available and they're gonna keep making partial withdrawals until the full amount is repaid. So to help understand that, a quick example, if you owe $250 but only have, let's say, $100 in your account, Dave will take the $100 and continue withdrawing daily until the full balance is covered. While this won't immediately overdraft your account, it could leave you shorthand on cash for those bills or other expenses, increasing the risk of really your overall ability to overdraft later. Another thing is, don't think you can just avoid repaying. After 120 days, Dave hands your debt over to something called True Accord, which is a collections agency. Definitely not a situation you want to deal with, so definitely try to avoid that. When it comes to security, Dave emphasizes user security by implementing an advanced encryption for all data and transactions. Its extra cash advances avoid the traditional credit checks, reducing sensitive data exposure, which is definitely nice. As a banking partner of Evolve Bank and Trust, all Dave accounts come with FDIC insurance. It's going to ensure the safety of your deposits. This is going to make Dave a secure option for, let's say, your short-term cash needs. Dave's subscription costs $1 a month for its basic banking services, which include the budgeting tools and alerts. For extra cash advances up to $500, there are really no additional fees that we found unless users opt for that instant transfer speeds. And that's going to cost you a few extra dollars. I think we said anywhere between $3 and $25. So this makes Dave a low-cost option compared to some of the other cash advance services that we've talked about. All right, let's talk about a couple pros to hit on, a couple cons as well. But first, the pros. Subscription costs are minimum. They're very small at $1 a month, making it pretty affordable. Secondly, they offer cash advances up to $500 with optional instant transfer for additional fees, while most cash advance apps limit their loan amounts to $250 and even under that. Third, there's no late or overdraft fees. Dave's cash advances were designed in part out of frustration with those overdraft fees, which is why it doesn't assess this type of fee, which is really nice. But your account may be closed if you fail to repay it within 60 days of your withdrawal. And finally, there are no credit checks or minimum balances required. You can request an advance without a credit check. Your cash advance limit is based on your monthly deposits. However, there is no minimum balance required. When it comes to the cons, the instant transfer fee can feel excessive, especially for frequent users. Secondly, the limited features compared to apps that include budgeting or savings tools. Definitely a con there. And third, the mandatory $1 monthly subscription fee. So there is really no free option, even though $1 a month really isn't that much. Fourth and final, users must have a Dave checking account. So you have to do that in order to get an account to begin with. So all in all, Dave is an excellent option, we would say, for budgeting conscious users. Thanks to that, that low $1 a month subscription fee. It's especially going to be suitable for those seeking a small advance up to that $500 to really cover emergencies. Reviews are mostly positive, with many highlighting its affordability and just the overall ease of use of the app. However, there have been some users that dislike the excessive additional instant transfer fees, as we mentioned, that $3 to $25 range. But overall, Dave is a practical, I would say, low-cost option for anyone who has some short-term financial needs. Now, like any of the cash advance apps we review, and we've reviewed a lot so far, we still have a couple more to go, always be careful to pay back your advance on time. Relying on cash advance apps might help in a pinch, but they won't lead to real financial stability. So you're going to get that true financial health. It's going to come from building savings. It's going to come from managing your expenses and really just creating a solid budget, not constantly borrowing against your next paycheck. So what's been your experience with Dave? Let us know in the comments below. We'd love to hear from you. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please give it a thumbs up for the YouTube algorithm, and I will see you in the next video.